Hello, everyone. Blue Star Saber here once again with Lucky Chi to review Dead Rock. Hiro Mashima's new manga series, Dead Rock, the monthly manga.
Hi.
And which so far this is its third chapter, the Classroom Massacre. The first two chapters, we pretty much introduced to Yakota, the sort of main protagonist, who has a sort of root dragon abilities, which allows him to have the powers of the black dragon, or pretty much, just think Aglogia if you're a fairy tale fan. As he is joined by his classmates Chako, Hani, Mikoto, Hien, Ryzen, and Frey. As his classmates learn that instead of trying to become a sort of demon king or some sort of master of some sort of human realm, Yakota plans to kill a god, and which results in many of the with his fellow classmates getting various reactions. One of them dying and coming back, and that's generally what we've got so far. Now, granted, Mikoto seems to think Mikoto seems to think that Yakota has some ulterior motives, or motives yet revealed. But anyway, will this chapter reveal more of that, or will we just be getting introduced to some more of our characters? Let's find out. Granted, the chapter begins in the human world in a place called the Evet region, where you've got some priest praying to God to save them and to bring water, water to the land, as it's become so hot, crops are draining, and all the sort of rivers and supply water has all gone. As he prays that, we are all the children of Selt, I think, and after living hundreds of years gracefully, they ask just for a little bit of mercy from him. And then suddenly the light shows up, and then the god or ruler of the demon realm, if you are, came forth, shocking the humans, as they all start thinking that God is here, we're saved. As they all ask for, as he asks them, do they wish for rain? And as they say yes, he brings them forth. At first, it raining, they're all praising and thinking it's a miracle, and they're all chanting his name, declaring themselves the children of Selt, as he starts to mock them with the sort of words blessed rain, as then more heavy cylinders of rain start crashing down, or pillars, if you will. So big that they're smashing, destroying the buildings, and squishing all the humans. As he's just laughing, well, I'm actually not laughing, I'm just hearing like the bam, bam, bam.
I mean, who knows? He might be laughing like in the background. Who knows?
At the moment, the only background noise I'm hearing is bam, bam, bang, and people screaming to their deaths. But with then God thinking about, the name Selt, about there was being some sort of harvest god, one that he killed apparently a long time ago, as he thinks that this was a waste of time, saying that even just playing to kill humans isn't like a good time to kill. So that ends that scene. Now, do you want to talk about this scene first before moving on to the next part of the summary, or would you rather just do it piece by piece, Lucky Chi?
Let's just keep going, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, but anyway, meanwhile, Class F, if you will, are learning a lesson on poison plants. Apparently one that's a level 400 of hell. And they're all wondering, and they're all taking notes of studying while Frey's sleeping. Mikoto and Raisin, I think. Watching patiently. The bird Chako, I think, is asking. Hold on, let me just get the name up. Hanny.
Yeah.
Hanny, if she can eat it, and he goes and cue to his catchphrase, "Are you stupid?" Well, he asks Hanny if he wants to eat it, and he says, "Are you stupid?" With you see Yokota taking notes, but then asking the teacher if could you like kill God with these poisons. With hold on, let me just get the name up. We remember these Ryzen.
Yeah.
Thinking that he's being an idiot, asking such a blunt question like that. Mikito is also curious. Frey remains asleep. With the teacher saying, "Oh, that's silly or foolish." As God wouldn't die from poison. But Yokota's like, okay, thanks. With the classmates lecturing them, saying like, "Why would you bring that up in a poison class?" And let's see. Well, actually, they're complaining about them getting a poison class and all that stuff. With them expressing their various opinions of whether or not it's educational or a waste of time or scary. But yeah. With Yokota just commenting that, okay, poisoning him is out. With Hyun says, "Don't really think you could kill God so easily." But he still insists that he needs all their help to do it. And you still get those Raisin saying, "Not doing it." With Frey asking what that sort of mark on his face is, and Mikito reveals that this is, a cooling talisman to make sure that his body stays nice and healthy, so it doesn't rot like a corpse. With Yakiko thinking that can he just try it once of just removing it, but he's like, "Don't you dare." With here, I believe Hyun saying that, well, he's mortal, she shouldn't really complain, but he's like, no, knock it. But he also wants him to knock it off since he's already dead. But Miko points out that if she dies, he dies as well. So he makes Raisin say, "You gotta protect me" and all that stuff. But he seems to be a bit annoyed at that. But suddenly, a bunch of students from one of the other classes come jumping in. All various designs. Let's see, the most notable one I think is some sort of stone-faced one. I think those reminds me of those those mysterious stones in the world somewhere. I've forgotten what they're called.
Yeah.
Totems of some sort.
Something like that.
But like I said, I can't remember what they are. But they're all like But it seems like the main one there is this dude with a rose in his mouth, talking about how they're Class D and you end up killing two of their students, in which they decide to make them pay for that. And Yokota just bluntly goes, "Raisin did it," and he's like, "Knock it off." With Yokota just running off saying this has nothing to do with it, so he has something to take care of. The others are being like, "Are you abandoning us or something?" But he's like, "I'll leave the rest to you guys." And Mikato's really surprised that he really left. With Ryzen, of course, being, cocky and acting like a hero going off to face the final boss. But Frey is just doesn't really care either way because she views Class D as small fry, much to their annoyance. With Hanny asking if Choco will also fight, but she has also flown the coop, if you will. So I believe Hyun draws his sword as the Class D begin to fight. But Hyun just talks about how the class he joined turns out to be a real pain as he does his ice move, Frey her fire, and Hanny her 4 abilities, Ryzen his sword, or Rochi abilities, if you will. With the Class B ones wondering, what's crazy? These guys are so strong. But the Rose dude says, not to worry, as he's got, like, since the classroom they're in is botany, he can control all the poisonous plants with his abilities. As poison is spread everywhere, it starts to affect everyone, but Mikoto gets some Raisin to suck up all the poison. Much to his dismay, but she says that it won't kill you since you're already dead. But anyway, he absorbs it all, much to the shock of, like, the Class B students. And but he's clearly feeling the pain from absorbing all that poison, much to like his dismay. But just as like Mikoto's like so who's being cruel to my little puppet? But we've got Heian going like you were, or let's see, Hani go like, are you stupid? As you see Mikoto go all sinister, saying, I like to thank you properly. With her smiles and all that stuff, but yeah. But anyway, then we move to a scene called the Dead Rock Chapel, Love and Death. A sort of building with place with all kinds of crystal walls and decorations, and a lot of beds, to say the least.
Which kind of says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, I get the implications. But anyway, but we reveal that Yokota has hidden in one of the cupboards, maybe, or one of the a stall booth in there.
Well,
maybe a toilet.
No, it's what's it called? It's one of those like confession stands. That you go when you walk in the church.
Oh yeah, the Catholic Church. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, it's revealed that he's gone off to try and spy with his new teacher puppet, using this. He's getting out this crystal eyeball as we see the Dead Rock top level staff meeting. All the teachers are gathered there, including like their corpse puppet with Maxwell's eyes. Mm-hmm. So he's planning to collect information on this meeting to find a way to kill God. With like this giant dude talking about how today's class meeting is regards to Class F. Let's see, with then one of the other teachers revealing that apparently he hears him got pep, and he is introduced as one of the 4 demon teachers, Bolotagar. A sort of like I guess you could say the hair of Poseidon.
It reminds me of Poseidon a little bit.
Yeah, Poseidon Nero, I believe.
Yeah,
from Eden Zero with less I guess we see squid-like face really, and just if I had to describe, maybe it's sort of like maybe sort of menacing Raphael, depending on which version of the Turtles you're reading.
I can see that.
But yeah, but he's got a much younger and more menacing, like, grin, evil face, bit of an arrow-like tattoo around him. Or seems like some lightning bolt, but yeah. But we get besides that introduction box, you get Yokota talking about how he's in charge of the ocean area, which gives you an idea of what his abilities will be. Next is the root Scuribus, one of the 4 demon teachers, Lilith, who says that there's a plenty of cuties in that class as well, laughing. As let's see, Yokota says that okay, she's the one in charge of the chapel right now, and I suppose that makes sense given that she's apparently got the ability of a Scuribus. Like those sort of like demon ladies who can draw you in with their beauty and their voices, only to then kill you.
Yeah, it's fitting. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
So yeah, you've pretty much got the big guy from the beginning talking about how they killed 2 students and a head chef. But Lawson thinks that it's marvelous, and he can't wait to have a fiery duel. And his root is Mephisto, and one of the former demon teachers. And given his personality, that gives you the idea that he's probably the flame guy. With Yokota going like Lawson Sensei, he's probably the best fighter of all the teachers. Apparently, he's in charge of the death arena, let's see, which I believe, of course, is that maybe was that fight training area that they had to do for the exams, or is that a different area? Lucky Chi, you there? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it seems Lucky Chi is gone for the moment, so I will continue to narrate, and then we get introduced to the final of the 4 demon teachers and the big guy we've been hearing talking before, the Vice Principal Breon. Let's see, as he talks about how to Lorzan about how, let's see, you've killed lots of students on the pretext of dueling, so he wants them to go easy on killing students this year. Or if you're talking about how he's the vice principal, and as he comments about how he needs to do something about these for teachers first. Sorry, I'm starting to yawn. With Lawson saying that we can overlook a couple of students' deaths at the moment. As he talks about how it's not like they've massacred the whole class, and just as he's saying that, we get a double-page spread of the 5 members of Class F that remained there, pretty much massacred and killed the entire class. With Hannah commenting how the enemy seems to be out as soldiers, and Frey asking the Rose guy if you want to still fight them. With Mikoto commenting about how so many corpses there are, she gets all sinister and say now awaken as her servants as they're all turned into zombies, much to the shock of the ritzy plant guy. And he ends up asking them to stay back, saying that, oh God, save him, but it's too late as his zombified classmates now start piling up to him, devouring him like a horde of zombies would, which even grosses out Frey. But just as that happens, God arrives into the classroom meeting, much to the shock of all the teachers there, with the vice principal asking where he's been, with the Scupius teacher saying how the God looks good as always, and this triggers a memory from Yokota about where he seems to be young boy all beaten bloody in a village, and seems like one of his eyes is damaged, or at least it seems to be very shaded, as he witnesses blood around him, and is he just thinking his anger of going like God. And God then asks Maxwell if, like, how Class F is his and all that stuff, in which you've got Yokota, I think, controlling Maxwell, saying like, oh yes, they're a bit of a handful of children, all that stuff, but God goes straight towards Maxwell, smiling, much to as Yokota realizes that he probably realizes that as he smiles, pokes his fingers into Maxwell's eyes. Yokota's shocked by this, probably realizes that God has seen through this deception, as he then tries to escape from like the confession thing. He falls down. A bit of his sleeve and his arm has been pulled off by a girl, as it's the cat girl from the last chapter, thinking that it's spreading pretty far. With Yokota asking who is she, and she just comments how he doesn't have much time left, ending the chapter. And that's the chapter, Lucky Chi. You there? Hello? Lucky Chi?
I'm here.
Wow, for a second I thought you had headed off.
No, I'm still here.
So, boy, that's the ending of the chapter, Lucky Chi. What do you think of this chapter so far? What do you think of this chapter, pretty much?
Where do I even start?
How about the beginning where we see God killing a bunch of humans?
I mean, I can't say I'm too surprised by that.
I have to admit, I'm a bit surprised that Hiro actually is showing the human realm a bit.
Okay, I'm surprised about that, but like as far as like the carnage itself, I was like, okay.
Well, no. Well, from what we can tell, God is supposed to be the main bad guy. I think this is expected of him. Just showing him being, of course, a bad guy and killing innocent people.
Yeah.
Particularly one pretending to be their god at first, thinking that he's giving them rain and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they were happy, but then when they realize, but only to realize too late that he's actually sending a bunch of massive pillars of rain that is too hard. Too hard for actually drinking all that stuff, and ends up crushing the entire village. Though it's interesting because due to the fact that they call themselves the children of Sete, we end up learning a bit of an interesting mystery, a bit of history of God, as apparently he actually had killed this god a few hundred years back, or a very long time ago. And so we kind of got an idea that, okay, there are other gods that exist, but the one calling himself God, or, ruler of the demon realm, killed these gods. So, he's a bit of a god slayer. So he's either a fallen god that's killed other gods, or he's some other thing that has killed gods to acquire their power, or maybe some other, I don't know, whatever kind of mysteries or theories people are thinking of. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it does give an idea that, but I think this gives a bit more of an idea that Yokota's statement, which may not be fully true, about God being the false ruler of the demon realm, more credibility as he ended up killing other gods and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, we are just we're just seeing enough. We're not really learning too much about his origins, but it's just pretty much showing him being a cruel bastard, cruel scumbag to do is like as the reason he's doing this is just to kill time, but even then he finds killing humans to be boring. So there's that. Oh yeah, Lucky Chi, I forgot to mention. What did you make of the cover of this chapter? Yokota, Mikoto, and then now Ritzy stitched up Ritzy Raisin.
Yeah.
He's looking a bit more like Grey in this, I'd say. Anyway, this cover makes me think this is the main trio that Hiro tends to often do.
Yeah, let's see. With Rave, it was Haru, Ellie, and Musica.
Yes, let's see, and then
with Fairy Tale, it was Ray.
Yes.
Or technically Happy. It depends.
Happy's more of the mascot.
Yeah, and then with...
speak up a bit, Lucky Chi, by the way.
Okay. And then I was going to say, and then with Eden Zero, it's Shiki, Rebecca, and Wise.
Yeah, but standardly, when it comes to Hiro's structure of manga, he does the standard, main character, the heroine, and rival best friend, if you will. Okay,
I guess in a way you could say that Mikoto's the female lead then. We're looking at it like
this cover might imply that she is the female lead, and arguably, given her scenes in this chapter, I can start to see why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's become a bit clear because honestly, the last two chapters left it very ambiguous because it seems like you got equal screen time to both Frey and Mikoto.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, Mikoto might have had the edge because of her seemingly interest in Yokota, though granted, Frey also ended up being interested in Yokota when he revealed himself to be a very brutal, scheming god killer, delinquent, if you will. And she's like, I'm so in love. But it seems like Hiro
he has a very Juvia-esque type personality.
Juvia-esque with the fiery temper of Natsu.
Yeah. Pretty
much if Natsu and Juvia had a daughter. which Groovia fans will say sacrilege. Sorry, what?
I said that image.
But yeah, that's probably sacrilege to the Groovia fans. But yeah, but Juvia would probably be like, Juvia would never cheat on her Grace Summer. But anyway, but yeah, but that's what the seems the cover might be implying. I could be wrong. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah. Anyway, we get, of course, introduced to, well, we don't really get properly introduced to this new teacher, but we have a poison class in which Yokota pretty much bluntly asks, can you kill God? Which, to be honest, well, I do like his confidence, and I do like the fact
it's very straightforward. I do admire that.
Let's see. Sorry, what?
I said it's very straightforward. So
yeah, straightforward and blunt. And I do like that he's trying to gather information, but I think he's being too blunt that if he keeps asking, like, kill God to too many teachers, they're going to suspect him of having some motive.
You can say that again.
And that's the last thing you kind of need. So, yeah, which I think even some of his fellow classmates scolded him for it, though the ones that were paying attention, because, like I probably mentioned earlier, Fraser's asleep. And Chaco is trying to get Hannah to eat, like, the poison. But, yeah. And which he said, Hanni has said, are you stupid twice in this chapter? Honestly, we probably need to count out all the times he said stupid.
Take a shot every time.
Yeah. Something like that, but yeah.
I don't think Blue would make it through the stream if we did that.
I'm pretty certain, I don't have alcohol, but I'm pretty certain if I did, I'd be drunk.
Yeah. Probably.
But anyway, it's interesting enough. Consequences from the last chapter arise as a result of Ray killing 2 students. It turns out they're from Class D. Now, granted, Class D probably means not. Let's A, B, C, D, E, F. Let's see, it means that they're only like let's see, if you go by alphabetical order and ranking, they're only like 2 bits ahead of like Class F, if you will.
I see them as Class B from My Hero. Not really too relevant.
Well, to be honest, I would give Class B a bit more credit than this lot, because they're pretty much mostly majority of background fodder. The only one that stands of note is the Rose guy. But yeah,
and even then he got munched on.
Yeah. Yes, true. He was the only threat, but even then he couldn't last against his own zombified classmates. But yeah. But I do like how there seems to be sort of class rivalries of you killed our classmates, so we're going to get revenge, even though they're all every man for himself eventually, with this Dead Rod school to become sort of like a demon king or something, if I recall. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So you've got that. So they want revenge, but I do like how the fact that instead of Yokota standing around to help his ritzy classmates, he leaves them to take action, saying, I believe in you guys, good luck! And I do love how they all go like, did he just seriously ditch us?
Of course.
I do like Raisin's comments and saying, is he acting like the main hero in a series or something? But yeah. And also, funny enough, Chaco also ends up leaving as well when Hanni notices and all that.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I laughed because as soon as he bailed, I was like, wow, this bird literally just said, nope, I'm not doing this, I'm going.
Yeah, well, granted, it's funny in mascot, but it does make me wonder if this character does actually have any fighting abilities and just like the sort of happy mascot, ritzy transportation kind of character. If you will. But yeah. But that's just me guessing pretty much. But yeah, so you pretty much get them doing their standard moves and all that stuff. The plant guy seems to have the advantage, of course, due to the poison, but I do like how Mikoto manipulates her corpse friend. Oh yeah, that's one thing to learn is that we learned that Raisin needs a sort of talisman to make his body remain fresh, but also the fact that let's see, if Miko dies, since she is his like puppet wielder, if you will. If she dies, he dies. So it's like and to make sure that he remains alive, he has to protect, let's see, Mikoto, even though he'd rather not do it. So yeah, you've got that sort of little manipulation there. So but yeah, and as a result, she ends up using him to suck out all the poison in that fight scene. So which I thought was clever but cruel. The classmates commented, even when she's like, I'll teach you to mess with my with my puppets. But yeah. But I'm really liking the personality of Mikoto so far. Wouldn't you agree, Lucky Chi? Or was it Mikota? Lucky Chi? You there? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems Lucky Chi is once again...
I went to go get some water.
Okay, I was expressing, let's see, Makoto
You were preparing for my funeral? That's not his brother. Do you see what this is, guys? He wants to get rid of me that badly.
No. But I don't want to get rid of you, though. Don't tempt me, Lucky Chi. Otherwise, I get Mikoto to use you as a new corpse as my co-host. Joking. Let's see.
That's okay. She has Yukato. She'll be fine.
You sneaky son of a gun. But I was just talking about how she ends up using Raisin as a sort of like shield or that stuff, if you will, or like sort of shield or just a puppet as normal, and just have him just suck up all the poison. And find it hilarious that she forgot that she completely made it clear, did not inform him that it would hurt him still. But then goes like, "You hurt who's going to pay for hurting my precious puppet?" And the other classmates are going, "That's you." And then she gets all sinister. I'm just wondering, did that surprise you, Lucky Chi, or?
I mean, considering that she's a necromancer, like, I was like, okay. Like,
but yeah,
like since that was debuted in Chapter 1, I was like, there has to be a sadistic side to her that we haven't seen yet. So
yeah, and we finally
got that. I was like,
Yeah, we're finally starting to get a glimpse of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very different from Hiro Mashima's other main female protagonist, if she is the main female protagonist.
Let's see. Ellie, Lucy, Rebecca. Yeah.
To be honest, if Hiro Mashima does another Heroes crossover with let's see, those three girls with Makoto, I think they'll end up being creeped out by her by the end of it. That, of course, Hiro Mashima decides to do another Heroes type crossover.
I could just imagine Ellie just being like, "Oh, so you're a necro. So you pretty much mess with dead people." Sounds like something she would say.
Are you saying Ellie or Rebecca?
Ellie.
Okay, yeah, I could maybe see Ellie in that, and maybe mostly just Lucy and Rebecca being creeped out. But
yeah, I was going to say Lucy and Rebecca would be totally freaked out, but Ellie would be like, "Oh, okay, dead people."
Unless, well, she might also be a bit creeped out by it, since I think there was that one arc where they dealt with like a sort of graveyard and a sort of flying town or something, if I recall.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That did happen.
So who knows? That might bring back bad memories of that, if you will. But I will admit, it is brutal that you've got like the zombie necromancer. Let's see her using the zombie necromancers to create an entire class of zombies, and then have them devour that plant dude as like a typical zombie movie, if you will, when a horde just piles around you. But man, that's got a sting, dude. Let's see, you're like the villain for the class that. Let's see, for the class F for that chapter, and you don't even get. And Hiro doesn't even give you the dignity of a name.
That's so okay. No, honestly, that shows how shitty you are. It's like you don't even have a name.
Yeah, I guess it goes to show he's not much of a threat. I mean,
I
arguably,
mean, look, at the very least, call him Bob.
well, Bob. I'm probably sure Bob could probably handle any average students, but Class F, he stands no chance.
I was making a joke, by the way. We don't have to call him Bob.
Yeah, fair enough. But anyway, Lucky Chi, I think one of the most interesting note here is the fact that we're introduced to quite a few teachers, and once again, Hiro Mashima is doing the rule of 4 of like the demon teachers.
Yeah, the whole the element 4 thing is the thing. See, the thing about this is that like I'm actually okay with it because each time he does it, it's done a little bit differently than it is previously.
Arguably, it's besides Arashion 6, it's the one recurring thing that you see in each of his work.
Yeah.
Granted, the element 4 would like the Demon 4 or the Demon King, or 4 Demon Kings or something in Rave Master, but let's see. But after Fairy Tail,
I'm gonna look it up real quick just to be.
But but since Fairy Tail, he seems to have settled on just making them element 4, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is the case. If I had to guess, Boltagar is the water one, Lilith is the wind one, Lozan is the fire one, and Bran is the earth one.
Let's see. So, according to what I'm seeing,
could you speak up a bit more clear on the mic, Lucky G?
No worries. Okay, so from what I'm seeing, okay, now not C card. C card's cool though, but. I could have sworn there was an element 4 in Raid. I'm 100% sure.
Well, I don't think they were called the element 4 back then, Lucky Chi, as I remember one of them having ice powers instead of water powers.
That's still a form of water, though.
I guess, but yeah, I don't think Hero had the full-on concept of element 4 back then, but yeah. So we got 4 of those teachers, and did you hear me guessing which one had which elements, or do I need to repeat myself?
No, I heard.
Let's see. Would you agree based on that assessment, or you think he's going to surprise us?
I think it could go either way.
No, granted, I will say that probably my only criticism of this chapter so far comes here is when you've got those text boxes of introducing of these characters, but then you just have Yokota repeating their names a bit. I mean, granted, a bit more information about what part of the school they control, particularly like the Scuberus controls like the love and death room, which we've already given her quite a bit of a analysis on that room, probably what it is, but yeah. But at the moment, I do like these personalities of the teachers. One of them thinking that they've got spunk or pep, if you will. The other, the Scubius being the one that Lilith, the one that has the power of a Scubius, being like all lustful. It's like, ooh, there are a bunch of cuties amongst that pile. And Lawson pretty much being a evil Natsu, if I had to guess, saying like, let's have a fiery duel. But
I don't know why. He kind of reminds me of Daredevil.
I guess I think the hair is too different from Daredevil.
No, the hair is different. I'm talking about like his mask.
Okay. I guess that's probably the closest, that's probably what maybe Hero was referencing, but who knows? But yeah. So you've got him keen to fight, and then you've got like the last one saying we want to be a bit organized. We want this to be a bit more stable year. Stop having excuse of killing students. But yeah. But it's interesting how he's also part of the Demon, Demon 4, but also apparently the Vice Principal. So in many ways, he seems to be sharing that Wind Guy's role from let's see, a Fairy Tale's Phantom Lord arc. But yeah. But I do like how as Yukoto's listening in, he realizes he needs to do something about these teachers first. But Lawson is just like, let's see, they don't have to worry too much since about Class F. There's they've killed an entire class by itself, in which we then of course see, which I mentioned earlier, that did happen. So yeah. No, I'm wondering if that means, let's see if we will I'm curious to see what the ramifications are for this particular action by Class F, but yeah. But then again, I guess it's possible that Mikoto could use her like a necromancy to make them look like obedient students or something, while making it not look like they've all died just yet.
Yeah.
But it's like she's doing a very menacing pose of now awaken my servants. So props to that. But anyway, when God unexpectedly appeared, I do like how everyone's just shocked there. But interesting enough, we finally get a bit of Yukota's flashback here, Lucky Chi, and it's like him being a kid, surrounded by destruction and blood everywhere from the looks of things, and just his face being angry. And I think we're getting a bit more glimpse of Yukota's actual reason for wanting to kill God.
Which I kind of suspected, because part of me was like, okay, like since it was mentioned in Chapter 2 that maybe he might have an ulterior motive, that kind of got me thinking, like, okay, what other reason would Yokota have for going after God so badly?
And that answer is apparently revenge for the place he destroyed, which, if I had to guess, might actually be the human realm.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you this. Are we 100% sure that God did it, or was he like under God's influence?
God being under his own influence, did you say?
No. Like, what if Yokota was cursed by God and he himself, like under God's control, like wrecked everything?
Oh, so you're saying God used him as a puppet to kill everyone?
Yeah, like he manipulated him.
Well, it's an interesting theory, but it's too vague to confirm that or not. We just know that God just seems to anger him. But I do like how God just quickly figures out that the Maxwell puppet is pretty much one the student is using to spy on him. And he just brutally goes up and just poking in the let's see, Maxwell's eyes. And then Yokota, I just love how Yokota knows in that moment that he's kind of screwed. So yeah.
Yeah, like as soon as the eyes got popped out, I was like, oh shit.
Anyway, but it's interesting. So now that Maxwell's probably been exposed as a puppet corpse, that means that let's see, God and the other teachers know that they've that Class F has not only killed two of the students and the head chef, but also their homeroom teacher. And if they find out about the zombie massacre, they will play this will probably lead to long-term consequences for Class F, with them entrusting someone to keep a more heavy eye on the students of that class so they don't cause any more trouble, even if there are no rules to not cause trouble at Dead Rock. But yeah. But of course, the most interesting thing about this cliffhanger, this chapter, perhaps, is towards the end, where the Neko girl ends up removing Yokota's sleeve a bit, revealing that he has a very damaged arm. And of course, saying that, of course, you haven't got much time left, which shocks Yokota about who is this girl here. And that, of course, ends the chapter. I'm just wondering what you make of this last bit of recent development, Lucky Chi.
Well, as far as the Neko girl goes, you did see her in the background in Chapter 2, and I remember saying this in the last stream we did, but I was like, I'm like, okay, when Hiro does character designs, he doesn't just have that one interesting looking design, just like have them be like in the corner, not doing anything. Like something tells me that that character's going to play some kind of role, and
yeah, and it looks like that role is at the moment revealing a bit more of the mystery of your Kota, as you can clearly tell he has only got like a few. He doesn't have much time left to do whatever he wants, which I assume that you live to carry out his revenge. But yeah, granted, what they will talk about, who knows, and whether or not this Neko girl, if I'm pronouncing the term Neko right for like the Japanese.
Yeah, I think it is Neko.
But yeah, but the Neko girl, let's see, might possibly be another potential love interest for your Kota.
Maybe.
But we'll just have to wait and see what she intends to do, what her motives are, and whether or not she's going to be an ally or enemy of your Kota, and of course, Class 7. I mean, Class F.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, I do like that. Okay, so, is there anything else you want to say, Lucky Chi?
No. I mean, I'm curious. I'll say that. However it will go, but...
Yeah. But yeah, I will definitely say this is, in many ways, perhaps this is the chapter with the most brutal death of being devoured by a horde of zombies.
Right.
Even like Ryzen being chopped up to stitches by the cook didn't seem as brutal. But yeah. But now, whether or not Hiro can keep up this quality remains to be seen. But yeah, if I had to give it an overall score, I'd probably say it's a 9 out of 10.
I give it around like amazing plus.
Which I take as a 9 out of 10.
9.5.
Ah, fair enough. But yeah.
Yeah.
So far, this chapter is promising, and arguably this is the first chapter to leave with a proper cliffhanger. So it means we have to wait a whole month to get the answers for this one.
Which, I mean, if we really look at it, it's only technically, what, a few more weeks? Yeah, a few more weeks.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait a while for this to be continued, and but yeah. But anyway, Lucky Chi, thank you for joining me, and for those who end up listening to this stream, I hope you liked what we have to say. But for now, I am Blue Star Saber.
I'm Lucky Chi.
And we are signing off. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for now, and see you in the next stream.
Sayonara.